Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm making my predictions for the 2020 edition of Double or Nothing. The first AEW pay-per-view where no fan who purchased a ticket will be in the event. We'll see how AEW will try to pull off this event and keep up their standard pay-per-views that they've had in the past. This will also mark the pay-per-view debut for 3 of the biggest new signings in AEW, with Lance Archer going for the TNT Championship, Brodie Lee taking on Jon Moxley, and Matt Hardy joining the Elite for one night in the Stadium Stampede match. With those 3 and 6 more matches to that, we'll hop right into my predictions for AEW's 2020 edition of Double or Nothing. So we'll start things off on the buy-in on the pre-show with match number 1, where we'll see Private Party take on the Best Friends for the number 1 contendership for the AEW Tag Team Championships. My pick to become the number 1 contenders for the AEW Tag Team titles here are Private Party. I feel like this will play into the Kenny and Hangman story versus the Bucks again, and with Private Party becoming the number 1 contenders for the Tag Team titles, when they face Omega and Hangman and Omega more than likely beat them, I feel like this will just fuel it more into that Young Bucks story, where Kenny and Hangman, mostly Hangman, will boast that they're better than the Young Bucks, and they beat the team that knocked the Bucks out in the first round of the AEW Tag Team title tournament back in October. So now on to match number 2. In match number 2, we'll see MJF taking on Jungle Boy. I feel like this match is set up for MJF to dominate early, with Jungle Boy making a decent comeback where you think Jungle Boy's about to pull it off before MJF stops Jungle Boy's momentum and gets the victory here at Double or Nothing. After what I believe MJF's win here, I feel like he'll just be in this weird little spot depending on how certain matches go in the card. If Moxley wins, I can see MJF maybe going for the world title at the next pay-per-view, which I believe would be All Out, or if Cody wins the TNT Championship, him and MJF reignite the rivalry and just take it purely on TV for the TNT Championship to maybe boost the ratings even a little bit more, bringing that to television and not keeping it behind a paywall. But no matter what happens here in this match, MJF will continue to go on television, pissing people off left and right, and keep making new rivalries and new matches in AEW. So now on to match number 3. And this match will feature Dr. Britt Baker taking on Kris Statlander. With the role Britt Baker's been on during this whole heel turn with her and Tony Schiavone and all the other things, I feel like there's no way she's going to lose this match, and that's why I think Britt Baker is going to beat Kris Statlander here. With what she's been doing with her role model gimmick and interactions with Tony Schiavone and the rest of the roster, I feel like Britt Baker losing here would be just a big mistake, and I don't think AEW will do that. And I could see this being used as a push more towards the top of the AEW Women's Division, where she'll go after the World Championship in a few months. So now on to match number 4. And that'll be the Casino ladder match for a future AEW World Championship match. And 9 participants are supposed to be in the match, but we currently only have 8 announced. And they are Darby Allin, Colt Cabana, Orange Cassidy, Rey Fenix, Scorpio Sky, Kip Sabian, Frankie Kazarian, and Luchasaurus. So now for the 9th participant, I seriously have no idea. I would wonder if they would bring someone in big to fill in the spot and they get the chance to go after whoever is the world champion after tonight. But I feel without a packed house that they would go for someone else who would just be, hey, they're good to be in this match, but they won't probably win. So now my pick to win this match, I believe, will be Rey Fenix. I don't think whoever wins this ladder match is going to become world champion. And with the run Rey Fenix is on, where he won in Dynamite tonight, and he had that crazy kick on Orange Cassidy last week, I think Fenix getting a win will propel him to where the Death Triangle can start to make an impact against the champion, and it will be one hell of a match whether he takes on Brodie Lee or Jon Moxley. So now on to match number 5. And this will be a no disqualification, no countout match for the AEW Women's Championship, where we'll see the champ Nyla Rose defending against Hikaru Shida. Now with the no DQ, no countout stipulation, and after Hikaru Shida's suplex through the table to Nyla Rose, I think we'll be seeing a new AEW Women's Champion here, and Hikaru Shida will beat Nyla Rose. If we just look at the origins of the AEW Women's Division, the way they were going in before, where they had Riho, which was kind of in this weird spot for most people because she wasn't really there all the time. If you look at Hikaru Shida, she's been at pretty much every Dynamite during this entire time. And I feel like they'll try to do what they wanted to do in the beginning with this division with her now. And using this match with Nyla Rose as basically a reset to last year to what they wanted to do with the division. This time with Hikaru Shida basically being Riho, but she'll be there all the time and defend the title against more and more challengers. So now on to match number 6. This match was just announced tonight on Dynamite, and we'll see Shawn Spears taking on Dustin Rhodes. With the way Dustin Rhodes has been portrayed, I feel like he'll get the win here and beat Shawn Spears. where they're showing him as kind of like the old man who's kind of being run down. I think he'll get a surprise victory in terms of commentary and everything and beat Shawn Spears here at Double or Nothing. So now on to match number 7. And match number 7 will be the finals in the inaugural TNT Championship tournament, where we'll see Cody taking on Lance Archer. Before all these months started here, and when Lance Archer was first announced to come to AEW, before this title was even a thought, I felt like this match between him and Cody was inevitable, the way that they were building it up and everything. And I thought no matter what, Lance Archer was going to beat Cody and move on to just become this big new heel, the big guy of AEW for right now. But now as we've moved on here, and Cody's number 1 in the AEW World title rankings for multiple weeks, he's like 10-0 or whatever, I think. My thoughts of Lance Archer winning have gone down, but they haven't gone down enough for me to pick Cody, and I think Lance Archer will become the first TNT champion in beating Cody here at Double or Nothing. If we just listen to the interviews of the people in charge of AEW, they're always talking about what they're looking for in new talents in AEW. They're looking for an athletic big guy who can go and will be carrying things and can have great matches. That's what Lance Archer is, and I feel like him losing to Cody here for the TNT title, while it probably look good as Cody being the face of the network and everything, I think Archer losing here will just do more damage for him than it would be good for Cody. And eventually, if Archer is still the champion once crowds come back later this year, hopefully. When I went to the New Japan show in 2019 in New York, he had a match against young boy Carl Fredericks at the time, and the crowd was electric during the whole match. Even my friend, who doesn't know anything about New Japan Pro Wrestling, was in love with this match that him and Carl Fredericks had, and was just glued to the match, and I feel like Archer can carry this on in front of the masses in AEW and going on for the future. So now on to the co-main event of the evening, and that'll be for the AEW World Championship here, and we'll have Jon Moxley defending his title against Brodie Lee. Now I for one am a little confused by this match happening. Brodie Lee is brand new to Dynamite in AEW, and he's going right to the top to take on Jon Moxley, and I don't see why or how Brodie Lee gets the win to take the title off Jon Moxley here. And I think Mox is going to walk in and out of this match still your world champion. If we just look at what's currently going on with Jon Moxley being in that new movie, that'll bring some publicity towards AEW, maybe. And I just feel like Mox's role he's been on with his promos and what he's been doing with matches, his match he had with 10 this week was good for what it was supposed to be. I just don't feel like the role should end here. And there's a part of me that thinks something screwy might happen here, and we'll get a disqualification or a count out. Maybe the rest of the Dark Order will interfere or something, to where this kind of just goes away as a no contest and no harm, no foul towards the records. But in the fans' eyes, I don't think this would be a good idea to do a no contest unless they went the full 60 minutes for a draw, which I believe that's what they do for title matches, the time limit's 60. But I don't see this match going that long to get a draw out of it, and the only way I can see this match ending where it doesn't really hurt Brodie Lee that much and keeps Jon Moxley on his roll is if one of the Dark Order goons screws up to cause Brodie that, and then he'll turn his anger towards that, and Moxley can go on to something new and will keep them away for a decent amount of time until this match feels ready, at least to me, for it to happen, to where it wouldn't be like, oh, this would be stupid to have Moxley lose right away. So now on to the main event of the evening. And that'll be the Stadium Stampede match, where we'll have the Inner Circle of Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, and Santana and Ortiz taking on The Elite with honorary member Matt Hardy, Adam Page, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks. Now, to me, this match feels like AEW is going to attempt to try to one-up what WWE did for WrestleMania with the Firefly Funhouse match and the Boneyard match, and what WWE just did a couple weeks ago with the Money in the Bank ladder match, where we'll have this crazy match with a bunch of people around this huge place that will be completely empty in our current state. And I also feel like this is a makeup for the Blood and Guts match without the cage, and instead of Matt Hardy being the replacement for Nick Jackson, he's really the replacement for Cody in this situation. Now stop me if you've heard me say this before. I believe the AEW tab will pop up right now if you want to go hear those, but this could be the moment where Hangman finally turns his back on the Elite and costs them a big match, and I really think it might happen here, but I've been thinking this so long that I never know when it's going to happen, and I don't think it will happen in the Stadium Stampede match, and I feel like the Elite will reunite with Matt Hardy in this situation for one night only, and will come out victorious. Now, if we just look at the inner circle where I would see them all go after this match with a loss or a win, I feel like they're all going to the same spots regardless. I feel like Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager will be in that mix for the TNT Championship, where they could maybe sometimes pop up to the world title mix. Santana and Ortiz will go back down to the tag team division, just starting up rivalries there. And I feel like Chris Jericho will be in this kind of like co-main event power match draw situation, where he's just having a big match that doesn't have anything attached to it like a title or that, or number one contendership or anything, to where it's just a big Chris Jericho match in the co-main event spot before the world title goes on in the future. And for the members of the Elite, I feel like, as I stated in the beginning of this, for the number one contenders match with Private Party and Best Friends, I feel like the Bucks and Omega and Hangman are gonna have another match where this rivalry will more than likely finally explode, and I can say I've been saying it. And I feel like Matt Hardy will kind of be bouncing around kind of in that TNT title mix, like, yeah, he replaces Cody here, he's like, oh, I kind of replaced you and we won this match, I can go beat the Murder Hawk Lance Archer. Or he gets in that kind of 3 to 5 range in the world title mix, to where he's kind of on the cusp of getting a world title match before he probably doesn't, or maybe just gets one on television before losing. But I feel like this match is going to be used as the Elite coming together to be powerful moment for at least that one last time before things just hit the fan. So that'll do it for my predictions for the 2020 edition of Double or Nothing. Leave your predictions in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you like what I'm doing on this channel and want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.